Hello there, and welcome to my new walkthrough. Which is probably something you weren't expecting. Yes, this. I have said that I believe this game is overrated, however, to complete my Metal Gear Saga-esque of things, I'm going to walk through this game. So here it goes. Konami Computer Entertainment Japan presents a Hideo Kojima game. I believe the last two games he did before this were Police Knots and Snatcher, which I have yet to play, but the day I fork out $700 for a game that basically me watching a movie is the day I've lost myself to death. And yes, Snatcher is that damn rare.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound.
Whoa, white screen.
They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
They even gave us a signal.
You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Red light!
Then
we'll launch a one-man SDV.
There's a lot more to
After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
I love how jittery that animation is.
High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
so they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities.
I remember when I first
Sniper
heard
Wolf,
that,
a beautiful and deadly sharpshooter.
because so far this game was
Decoy
at least
Octopus,
kind of,
Master of Disguise. Vulcan
realistic. I
Raven,
could genuinely
Giant
believe
and
that
Shaman.
someone could do some ridiculous shit with
And Revolver
disguises.
Ocelot, specialist in interrogation, and a formidable gunfighter.
So I gotta wonder,
And
why would
finally,
they get such
in
a
charge of them,
as a gunfighter?
Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
The man with the same code name as you. The nuclear weapons
actually didn't
disposal
point that
facility
out.
covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Wait, wouldn't something that visually bright require a lot of light from the other side? The basement is kind of dark. Menu driven. Tactical espionage action. Metal Gear. So let's start this. Now, I'm not going to start a new game immediately. Yeah, for this, I'm going to have to start the brief. I forgot that in the early games, it's circle. Actually, in all the games except for the last one, it's circle. Running on old VHS tapes. So this is the difference between the remake and the original.
It's been a long time, Snake.
Mainly.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
It's sort of like animation instead
That's
of...
no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
Instead of live...
What do you want from me?
Instead of 3D
I
models.
just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if
That's
they
a lot
were
more
a little
pissed
rough
off in
with
this
you,
one. In this one.
but we've got a serious situation
That
here.
is kind of funny.
Only you can get us out of it.
I gotta wonder, why is his hair
I'm
long?
retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Oh wait, I'll note that later.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff.
Sometimes the
and an
sound will
expert in
sound
gene
really,
therapy.
really weird sometimes. Because
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake.
yeah, and Naomi has a
Don't worry. This injection
an
won't hurt
accent
a
in
bit.
this one,
What's the
which
shot
is not
for?
justified in the
What's
least.
wrong? You don't like shots?
I heard some people saying, "Oh, it looks
Snake, listen
the
up.
removing of their accent made
It
them
all
lose their
went down
personality."
5 hours ago. Heavily armed soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote
If
island off
your
the coast of
accent makes
Alaska.
you lose personality.
What soldiers?
Then that person didn't have a very good
Next
personality. to begin
generation
with. They just had an
special
accent.
forces, led by members of Unit Foxhound.
Foxhound.
They've
People
presented
love
Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the DARPA
this
chief,
is a lot of the stuff we covered
Donald
already in the
Anderson,
intro.
and the president of ArmsTech,
I might as well cover
Kenneth
at this
Baker.
point the how the download system
They're
works.
both being held
My
as
commentary
hostages.
is not on any of the downloads.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
It's all
Secondly,
completely.
you're to investigate whether or not the
it's all
terrorists
complete-
have the
just clean
ability to
video.
launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do.
in WMV format.
Any questions,
split in
Snake?
half from
Questions?
each, video.
I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you
Because I
can
made
make
the
up your
the
mind
files
after you
much
hear
larger,
more
so
about
I
the
split them in
situation.
half now. So here's all the briefing files. It actually looks... It looks like this would be more in text form than anything. It doesn't really fit for some sort of VHS thing. I think the remake did a little better. Mission description. Oh no! Okay, I simply forgot that X is back instead of forward. But if you want to see that video, I'm going to have a download link for that video specifically. It's just that I'm going to go through each of these individually, and I can't really just stop and go back. So I'm gonna go through these and then see the hidden final one. If you leave before you see all of them, there'll be another video, and that's the one that'll be free for download.
Tell me about the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
Separate download.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion
That with
method?
like such a
Well, an air
flat tone.
insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the
Well, then why
disposal facility
not
by
ground
sub.
or surface
Approach.
water?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
Have him
And
move
then
by fucking
We'll
surface
launch
water
a
then by
one-man
himself then.
SDV.
Jeez.
Launch.
Same as a torpedo, only this has no propulsion device of its own.
What about
After
when
the
it
SDV
slams
gets
into
as
the
close
fucking
as it
facility?
can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't worry.
I do that all the
That
time.
suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology. The nuclear weapons
did you say
disposal
the cold
facility
already?
covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Actually, technically, I believe they gave him binoculars when they start out, and for some reason, there's some kind of like person detection device in the water.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24
How much
hours.
time has passed?
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
When did the countdown start?
5 hours ago.
No pressure then. Oh, that was brief.